Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be looking at the 2025 Honda HR-V. Before we get in this video, I'm going to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Ken Garff Honda here in Salt Lake for giving me some time with this HR-V. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a CVT. Fuel economy is 25 around town and then 30 on the highway, with power outputs being 158 horsepower and then 138 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, first off, this metallic paint's really cool looking. You can see the sharp lines there at the top, and then this headlight design I think looks really sharp. Look at the turn signal indicator too. Kind of reminds me of the Lamborghini Urus. That's why I always call this the Honda-Ghini. And then you can see how it's darker here with the bottom trim. There's the front end. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225 by 55 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. You can see with the wheels completely blacked out, you got those chunky fender flares. You can see with the mirror cap blacked out as well. And then we take a few steps back. Here's your side profile. Leads us to the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function. Got the opening for the hatch, remote start to get the Honda logo, and pop it open. Now, just like most vehicles in the segment, the hatch is manual for the operation, so the popper is for unlocking, basically. Anyways, you can see this is the area where the cargo cover goes across if you've got one of those. We also have a little 12 volt here in the back as well. But yeah, decent storage space in the back of the HR-V. When you're all done, then you just have this nice little handle you can grab and you can kind of just plop. Cool swoopy taillight design in the rear. And you guys can see all the rest of the badging here. And then if you take a few steps back, there's the rest of the back. Now take a look at the door panel in the rear. It's not soft touch here, but once you pop down below, it is. You've got some cool stitching there too, which is nice, and it goes across as well. And then here are the seats, cloth with some nice stitching there on the sides. And then popping in, legroom back here's good. Got a little storage area here as well. And then headroom back here is actually solid. Now take a look at the front door panel. You can see again with the soft touch trim there, and then down below as well. Front 2 windows are automatic. We've got all of our mirror adjustments. Blind spot running with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat again, the cloth trim, manually adjustable. And this is cool with the dash. And it's actually soft touch on the top of the dash too, so it feels a little bit more premium. So taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got soft touch all around. And then you guys can see here with the cool contrasted stitching, we've got practical controls like our adaptive cruise control. You've got your lane centering, you've got your volume and voice command controls as well. And then you guys can see with the stocks here on the back too. Now with the gauge clutch, you got the analog element on the right side, but then the left side's digital, which you can use to scroll through and see different bits of info on systems within the vehicle. And this is also where the drive modes will show up. We got normal, econ, and snow that you can go through. Just a traditional backup camera in reverse. And then as for the infotainment system, this is Honda's smaller unit, but I mean still easy to use. It is a touchscreen, so you got little touchscreen functionality on it, but lots of physical buttons. They put some of that nice trim here on the top of the dash, and then just like other modern Hondas, we got the kind of like mega vent style there. And then you guys can see with the climate controls down below, heated seats as well, a little USB port there, and then some storage. Shifter here for the CVT, and then you get your drive mode select. You should have hill descent control, funny enough, parking brake, brake hold, USB with this little storage area here, which is interesting. No storage there on that side, but padding, interesting. Anyways, center console, good space, nice trim on the top. Got a glove box, and then manual mirror dimmer, no sunroof. Well, let's talk about visibility here in the Honda before we set off. Just over the hood. Both the mirrors do have blind spot warning. And Got the rest of the rear. Also, 106 degrees outside. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Those are rookie numbers. Let's pump up those numbers. Let's get to 150. I'm just kidding. It's already pretty toasty. But I've been doing this for long enough that it's so long as I drink water, doesn't really bother me anymore. Up to about, like, I'd say like 110. Once I get above 110, then I start to go, man, is it hot in here? So far, setting off the Honda, seats are pretty comfortable. Nice bolstering. Suspensions, good as well. Yeah, pretty compliant over all the bumps and everything. Steering's very direct. I think the Honda did a really good job with this HR-V because, you know, Subaru with the Crosstrek and the Impreza, right? They're pretty much the same vehicle. The Crosstrek's just kind of like lifted. This, you could, you know, make some comparisons to the Civic, but it's also different in its own unique way as well, which I really like. It, you know, it looks completely different from a Civic. Whereas a Crosstrek and an Impreza, there's lots of similarities with those two. Pretty good power. Pretty good power too. For the segment, again, it's not a fast car by any means. Nothing in this segment's fast. It's more so about good fuel economy and drivability. But yeah, impressive. I like how this drives. It's nice. So the HR-V, I mean, it's a, what is a subcompact crossover? I don't even care about the category names. Itty bitty SUV is what we'll call this. Itty bitty SUV. It drives well for an itty bitty SUV. So let me know what you guys think about the HR-V, the Hondaghini. It's always gonna have that name from me. Hondaghini. So both of these are actually sports, but they got different themes when it comes to sports. So you can see with the Crosstrek here, just like other modern Subarus, it has a lot of cladding on the bottom to kind of give it that rugged off-roader appearance. But you can also see the gold trim that comes with the sport package. Whereas with the Honda, everything's just kind of like darker with the elements, and the headlight design on the new Honda. Fascinating with how that looks, right?